Hey, it's Jonas from Boat Rebuild, finally coming back with another video. I know it's been a while since I've done the last video, but I just decided to do a quick update, show you guys where I'm at with my boats, my SS235 Slickcraft, the 1972 model. And my goal is not to restore this boat to original specs or original, how it originally was. My goal is to fit this boat the way I want it for what I want to do with it, which is take it on Lake Erie, walleye fishing, possibly some little bit of other stuff, but take the family out, take the kids fishing, and therefore it's going to be set up as a fishing boat. So where we're at right now, this is Saturday morning. I just got back from purchasing this 40-gallon live well tank, and I was just looking to see how I'm going to fit it into there. I want to put it right in there and close that back side, possibly put a cushion in over the top of it so we can have a soft seat to sit on as well when it's empty. The lid, let me show you. The lid is not tight, it just pulls off. So I'm not sure we want to actually sit on it when there's water, when it's full of water. I mean, you could possibly a little bit, but not when you're driving, because there's too likely a chance you get a little bit of splash on you. But that's the plan. Here's Chaden. He's my little 2-year-old. He's my little boat helper. We have the the bilge painted. It's real dirty right now. That's my dirt catch-all right now. The bilge is painted. I put a brand new poly gas tank in there. You guys can see it right there. And we have the new floor in. I put one layer of 1708 glass down, and then I put my sides in, and let me sit down here, show you. Put this, I just used thin exterior grade plywood, and I glassed, and then I was going to glass the last layer of 1708 on the floor and bring it all the way up. I put some peanut butter along the sides here, made a round edge here, and then we brought this last layer of glass all the way up to here. Obviously put glass in here as well, and on my little shelf. I had to replace this back side of this piece with 3/4 plywood, and it was rotten, coming apart. So I replaced it from here up to there, which I'm not done yet, covering that part with glass. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do it up there by the steering wheel. I do have a brand new captain's chair that's going up right there. I put a 3/4 piece of exterior plywood down. Actually, no, that's treated plywood, because I didn't have any 3/4 exterior. But anyway, rounded the edges, and I'm glassing over top of that. Main reason for that is I'm gonna screw the chair, the seat down into that. That way it's higher. If you wash out the boat, there's not a big chance of water going to the screw holes, which I'm going to drill out the screw holes, fill them with resin, and then drill them out bigger, and then fill them and re-drill them so that if the water does get down there, it's not against the wood right away. It's against glass. What else? Back here, I decided to put this all one piece and glass it in. So this is glass to here. There's a little bit of a ledge here, but I'm not going to worry about that, because I'm going to take a piece, probably about a 5 or 6 inch piece of probably plywood, cover it with a thin foam, inch and a half foam, cover it with vinyl grade, marine grade vinyl, and have a cushion all the way around the back side as well as the side. We'll probably have more like an 8 inch along the side here to have a soft edge to lean against when you're fishing. So this is all going to be covered. Obviously, we're going to paint the boat soon, hopefully. And again, back to the floor, I did put the first section over here of the last layer of glass down, but now I have to do the other half here up to, I haven't done this side yet. So that's coming up next. Need to put another layer of glass down on this floor right here and the step down, and then another layer down on that floor right there. I did put a drain in here. It's kind of dirty right now, but see if I can show you. Decided to put a drain in there that drains. There's a little grate thing that screws into here. Should have it lined up here somewhere. Right here's all my tools right now. It's kind of messy with all my tools up here. Somewhere in here I got my little drain plug. Screws down into that thing. And that has an elbow, and then it goes out into the bilge right there in front of the gas tank. So there was really no before there was really no drain on that step, on that section of the floor. There is one up front, 2 drains that go down into the bilge as well. So I'll make sure that water can easily drain out if it does, if we wash it out, or if it rains or water splashes in or whatever. Okay, the top. Here's my hard top that I'm building. I just took I cut a hole in here, and 2x4 size. Treated 2x4 going down. I glassed it in here. I'm gonna probably strengthen that a little bit more to this side here yet. And then coming up, and this is 1 inch, or it was 1 inch styrofoam. Now I had heard bad things about fiberglassing on styrofoam, but it works if you do it right. If you notice, this is no longer 1 inch thick, or not quite. It did eat it a little bit until it was hard, obviously. But if you do it right, you can do it. Now I'm gonna put an edge on here yet. This top's not done yet. Put an edge along the side, probably actually put a piece of wood that comes down here at an angle. It's probably the plan. And then this here section is for strength, as well as we're gonna put some dome lights in here. This hollow, so we're gonna run wire through it. And there's gonna be a post up front yet, coming up to the front of this. Gonna be a post. And there's going to be a pipe on the back side of the post where the wires are coming up into here. Since I am setting this up for fishing, I do need a good chart plotter fish finder. And I've had an eye on the Simrad brand for a while. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've seen a lot of guys, high-end boats, all use Simrad. And there's a little bit of a story on my unit that I have coming. I have one coming. I have one on order. I ordered a 9-inch Simrad on eBay a while back from a guy that had it on bidding. Is up for bids, and it was from Malaysia. That was a mistake. He shipped it without putting the value, since it had to go through customs. He didn't put the true value on it, so he doesn't have to pay the taxes. Well, they found out what it is. They send it back to him. He said he'll resend it, put the real value on it, and he'll just pay the taxes. That's what he claimed. He never did that the second time. He never sent me a second tracking number. The first time there was a tracking number, the second time there wasn't. So eBay is refunding my money here shortly, or that's what they claim. I have not seen that yet, but I got it for cheap, so hopefully I'll get my money back. I think I will. I found another one, a 12-inch built-in unit, 12-inch Simrad that's built-in, like it doesn't have a mounting bracket. You have to mount it into a dash. From a guy in Indiana that had one, sold his boat and doesn't have one, doesn't have a boat to mount it in anymore. Got that thing coming with a total scan transducer for $1,900. I thought that was a pretty decent deal. If you look them up on eBay, They're more like 2,500, 2,300 to 2,500, depending on transducer or not. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's going to be mounted. I'm going to possibly redo this whole dash area. I got new gauges coming as well. Here are the old ones. As you can see there, most of them are pretty old. Well, obviously 1970s. So I'm probably going to, let me hold the camera up here. Sorry about the shaking, guys. I'm just holding my camera, just doing this quick update. Possibly going to cut out this whole section right here, all the way up to the edge. And I might get some carbon fiber. I'm thinking about getting some carbon fiber and mounting it, making a plate basically, mounting it from here to here at an angle instead of the step stuff. And we'll have the chart plotter in here. Maybe we'll bring it in and then bring it up and then out. I'm not sure yet. Once the chart plotter gets here, I'll see how it's going to fit the best. And then have the chart plotter in here, the gauges, the switches, and everything, whatever we need. If that doesn't fit, my second option is put the gauges and switches down here like original. Like they were, or almost like they were. The other option is up here in the corner, I could mount a box down and put the 12-inch chart plotter up here. I just have to see how that's going to fit if I do that, and make sure that it's not obstructing my view from driving the boat if I do that. Not sure if my top's going to be high enough to have a 12-inch chart plotter up there or not. I do want it fairly upright, not too flat, so that if you're standing back here in the boat, you can see it without coming up to the steering wheel or whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of work yet, but we're getting closer. We're getting a lot closer. So got some more work on. I need to put another layer of glass on the top, get the edges done, get the post in, and something on the edge. I decided to put that clear vinyl curtain material on the sides, and we'll put glass in the front. That way we can have a wiper and everything. Oh, another thing I got to do. I'm gonna one of the challenges. I fished on a lot of different boats on Lake Erie, and one of the challenges with fishing for walleye on the lake from the bow is if you can't walk along the side of the boat on the outside of the hard top or the cabin area, which you can on this boat. A lot of boats you can't, unless it's a really big boat. You can. There's always a challenge of getting the fish back here to the cooler. If you net them up there, if you stand up there and you're fishing, you can sometimes get them to the side, and somebody can net them from here, from one side or the other. But I've decided to make a fish slide. Now I haven't started on this yet, but I will soon. So what's going to happen is we're going to, right up front here, right in front of this post, a little bit on the side, we're going to make a hole, and we're going to put a 6-inch PVC pipe and put it in there, and it'll come back to probably, see if I can hold this right, probably right behind the chair here. It'll come through this wall and end somewhere right here. So maybe it'll end it up there, I'm not sure yet. But somewhere here it'll end, and that way whoever's fishing up front can net their own fish, stick them in the hole, stick them in the pipe, and they'll come sliding back here onto the floor, and we don't have to worry about trying to hand the fish over the top, through the hole, or around the hard top. So that'll make things a lot easier to get the fish back here. And I've never seen that, but I thought that's a cool idea. I got the idea from another guy that has a boat that has similar up front, and he talked about putting a pipe in. His window opens in the front. So far they've just thrown the fish through the window, or pitched them through the window, and they fell down on the floor, which is kind of hard on them. But anyway, I think that pipe idea is going to work. And then obviously the live well we're going to need, so that if we catch a fish that's 16 or 17 inches, and we want to replace it with a bigger one. We need to keep it alive, so we'll put them in the live well and keep them alive and see if we can catch a bigger one. And then we'll release the smaller one. Then, of course, if we ever want to do any tournament fishing, we need to have them in. We need to have a live well as well. So that's the plan. And of course, we do need a seat over there, or we could use a seat there. We have a captain's chair over here, and then obviously the engine cover has a cushion on top. You can use that as well for a seat. But engine cover is got a brand new one made. Sitting right there is the engine cover. And I think for as far as that, we're got some stuff to do yet. But then I got my paint, I got my fairing, I got my primer. We're gonna use which fairing am I using? Forget which fairing I got now. I think the Total Boat fairing brand. I think it's Total Boat. And I got Total Boat primer, and I got Slickcraft 2000 paint, all grip paint. I really love the way people talk about the all grip paint, the Slickcraft 2000, and I really kind of wanted to put that on my boat, but I was a little tight to buy the Slickcraft products, all grip products all across. Like the fairing and the primer will be Total Boat. It's a lot cheaper. The Slickcraft 2000 is $200 to $250 a gallon for the paint, so it's not cheap. But there's a lot of things about a boat that aren't cheap, as most of you probably know. So anyway, getting there. Need to cover that up over there yet. Got my seat mounted. Get the floor finished. Mount the live well. Cover that backside. Oh, another thing. Totally forgot about this. I got a stereo system and a brand new one, and I forgot to leave room for the speaker in here. So what I'm going to do is right where this curved section starts, we're gonna put this back in. I got that piece of plywood. We're just gonna put this back in, we're gonna glass it in, and we're gonna mount the speakers right here. The rear speakers, one on each side, and then obviously two more up front. So totally forgot about that. So I started cutting this, shaping it. It's not quite done, but it's almost ready to put that back in there. So hopefully I didn't forget too many other things. Then we'll obviously glass that in, make it all completely smooth, and you won't ever know that was cut out before unless you watch this video. So all right, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys, and we'll try to have a few more videos, updates as we go. And if I don't, hopefully maybe I'll get some videos made of me actually working on the boat instead of just talking about it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next video.